Hey guys, so Meghan Markle podcast, going to have a quick look into it. It's fairly obvious, guys, to be honest. I mean, it's never going to really do well in the UK. It is going to be a lot, as in she's going to connect with the US in terms of being a mother, being a woman, being somebody that wants to get ahead in life and be successful and ambitious, okay? That will actually work well for her in the US. In the UK, it's almost, I heard the words dead in the water before it even starts, which is kind of what we're seeing now already, dead in the water. In the UK, that is, okay? Not in the US. Now, I also heard, interestingly, Bran Beckham, and I don't mean they're going to have links with Bran Beckham, but almost like they want to do, I just heard the words higher tier. So going forward, it's almost like a higher tier of Bran Beckham. And being married to a prince and having a prince that loves the US, living in the US, it's almost like a fun novelty, and it's going to take off over there. Now, when I mean Bran Beckham, I also got links to, let me know if she does any designing. I know she's really into fashion, but I don't know if she's ever designed anything herself. But I did see children's clothing, almost like Bran Beckham bringing out kids' clothes, going into certain sectors, okay? But with the kids' clothing, it wouldn't be so obvious. It's more likely to be some designer, like, just say Prada, for example, okay? More likely that she would design certain ranges for high-end kind of fashion brands. Not too obvious fashion brands either. They're going to be very selective. So I feel like she's going to go down that route and then eventually maybe have her own range of clothing, kids' clothing, things like that. Right, but let's just see overall. I don't know why I'm doing this right now because I know the UK aren't keen on her. So the energy is not going to... Okay, do you know what, guys? Let's do... How's it going to go down in the UK and how's it going to do in the US, all right? Energy-wise. So let's just have a look at both countries here. I keep hearing Bran Beckham. The whole time someone asked me to do this, I heard Bran Beckham, by the way. UK energy around this podcast. To be honest, that's funny because the Queen of Wands is somebody that's very creative, very ambitious, very charming. Good. She's very good at charming people. I hate to say this, to get away. So she's very, very good at charming people to get away. She's very, very creative. And what's it called when you say you have your fingers in a lot of jars? Oh my God. She's going to be doing a lot of different things at once. You're going to see her everywhere doing different projects, okay? It's not going to just be a podcast. It's going to be fashion designing, everything. So there's going to be a lot of things she's doing at the same time. She is extremely ambitious for sure. I mean, she's seen as being extremely focused in the UK. But this is, again, guys, this is not the best card because oh shit, yeah. Basically, here we go. The Eight of Swords pretty much means she doesn't give a crap about the UK. That's the energy around how everyone feels. I mean, this is her not being committed to the UK, which we already know anyway. The Three of Wands also means her just pretty much focusing on herself. If it was the Two of Wands, it's almost like if I ever do a relationship reading, it's almost like focusing on something else, okay? The Three of Wands is almost like the card I usually get when they're looking inwards. So it's almost like they just feel she's... I'm hearing the word self-centered as well. That's UK energy, not committed towards the UK, self-centered. I heard after her own game. But remember, this is the energy for the UK, all right? Really charging in. I do hear wearing the trousers as well in this relationship, charging in to get what she wants, all right? So pretty much like she said about being extremely ambitious. And also, guys, like I said, extremely hard working to get where she wants to go as well. So she's got multiple projects on the go. This is pretty much means working hard and she will be successful. But again, I feel successful more in the US than she ever would be here for pretty obvious reasons, guys, okay? Because again, this is almost like it's almost like, because we're going into US energy, almost like a love letter to the US, if that makes sense. It's almost trying to reach out to show that she is a mother and talk about mothering issues that she's got, because she wants to connect to people more on a one-on-one level, more on a deeper empathic level than what royalty has ever done before. And I know she's not royalty like that. You know what I mean? It's not, we're not used to, the royal family don't usually go and talk about their feelings as such. It's quite rare. It was only when Diana passed and years later Harry and William spoke up about it, about having low moods, mental health, all that kind of thing. But that was seen as really like, wow, they spoke about that, So it's almost like she wants to do the same, and she wants to connect one-on-one to mothers in the US. And I do feel, I'm hearing baby brands again. So I still feel there's going to be something massive with the kids. And I'm hearing withheld. So I do feel almost like they're holding off from the kids until they're going to start introducing them more, and be very aware of the clothing they wear, because I do feel she's going to be involved with some ranges herself. But I keep hearing Brand Beckham for the whole of this. Now, Brand Beckham in general, they try to keep a low key. You know what I mean? I know their personal lives are in the paper, but they try to keep a low key. Okay, they do lots of different brands and they're involved in so many different things, but it's almost like they try and be low key about their personal life. So it's almost like she's going to step forward for certain projects and when she needs to publicize something, but other than that, private life, they're still going to keep it as private as possible. And the brand is extremely, I'm hearing iron tight, like iron tight brands. So extremely careful about what they put out. Literally everything will be so well, I can't get my words out today, guys. Every single move they do is going to be like, have so many people behind it. Is this right? Is this right for branding? It's going to be iron tight, ironclad what they want to put out branding wise, and personal life is closed. So they're only going to show what they want to show. Because some people, celebrities, you know, we say B-listers, C-listers, they will just do everything all the time. They don't care if it's good or bad publicity. They're not going to be like that. I hear ironclad, iron tight. They're going to be very careful about what they put out there. Now, how is the US going to take this podcast? How is I did hit open arms, guys. I did hit open arms. I've got goosebumps as well when I said open arms. And again, I feel it's because she's going to try and put across being vulnerable. You know what, I hate to say it, and I try not to, it's hard not to take sides here, okay? But I just see through her, okay? I just think, there's just something not right with her, you know, about almost too good to be true in the way she comes across. I feel like there's this underlying ambition where she would tread on a lot of people to get what she wants, basically. I'm just going to say it. That's how I feel. Everyone, I don't hate her or anything like that. I just feel it's too good to be true. Smarmy kind of, you know? And I'm not for or against and all this lot and hate her, but it's just that kind of sense. So let's just see how the US feel. Oh, God, yeah. Yep. We've got some good cards for the US here for the overall energy. The balance is off. Now, I feel lots of money coming in as well. So with the US, we have the Two of Cups, which means there's a solid family, partnership, soulmate kind of connection they're going to try and put across as a family unit. It's going to go really well down in the US. So again, it's almost like that. It's like that energy about being a really good family. Motherhood's difficult. That kind of thing I was talking about connecting is going to go down really well. Now, where I feel the balance is going to be off here, because you have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, which is the balance is off and a painful decision needs to be made. It's more about how much they want to put out there, because I feel like people are going to expect a lot more from them. Almost maybe not hounded as much as what they do in the UK, but trying to not get as much privacy as they want, and almost like pressured. Do you know what I just heard? Almost along the lines of Netflix. So they're trying to be forced to reveal more than what they want to do, and that's the toss-up with being there and the balance here. It's almost like a painful decision. Do we give them more or not? The balance is off here. They feel like they're being forced into reveal more than what they really want to, especially after the UK. They don't really want to be pushed into doing stuff. But I do feel that's a link with the Netflix, because they need to provide what they said they would, basically. I think when they went into... I do sense that when they went into this thing with Netflix and all this kind of thing, that Harry, especially because he was angry about the way they were treated, he came across in the meeting that just said, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that. It almost like in a moment of anger and rage where you just say stuff, well, no, I'm going to not take the royal family down, but I'm going to show you what really goes on behind the scenes. And now it's almost like he's stepping back from that anger and he's recovering from it and healing, and he doesn't really want to do that now as much as he said he would do. But now I just heard he's in a tight spot. So the stuff he offered them, which he's regretting now that he doesn't really, really want to say and do. But I do feel he's tied into contracts or something here where he said he would discuss certain issues, and in depth I'm hearing. So I feel in one way he's apprehensive, but at the same time I feel on more Meghan's side, she's the one saying, well, look how they treated us. It's okay to... I'm hearing speak your truth. But by speaking his truth, it's going to also really ruin his family ties. So it's like the balance is off there, guys. Now, the star does mean a wish come true. And again, I feel it's that bloody Brown Beckham stuff I'm talking about. And then we do get a really good money card, which is the best money card in the pack for me, usually, when this comes up, guys. 10 of Pentacles, which means finance is really taking off from this. Really taking off from this. Again, more projects, expanding as a brand once more again. So money-wise, it's going to work out for them. Being vulnerable will work out for them. I do feel the past is coming up for Harry, though, looking back at his family connections. And let's just see about that one. Ooh, that's the thing. This is what worries me. Because sometimes you think they might be able to bond again slightly, you know, with his brothers and everything. His brother, sorry. But then we have the family connection and the past. This is like the past card, family, okay? And then we also have the Eight of Cups linked to this. So him walking away from his family more and separating more. And I do wonder if that's going to be when... I'm not sure when the book's coming out, guys. I'm not sure when the book's coming out, but it's like his energy's moving away from them. So that's it at the moment. But I do feel she is going to do some designing. She's aware that kids' clothing is going to be massive, could be absolutely massive, okay? And it's going to be kind of that exclusive kind of thing. You know, it's not something that everybody's going to be able to afford at all. It's definitely going to be high end. Don't think it's going to be like Prada, guys. It's going to be something that's more really exclusive, you know, like for a certain set of people. They've really researched this as well. So in America, the vulnerability coming across as being a mum, everything like that is going to go down really well. They'll be able to connect to that. In the UK, it's almost like they just see, I'm just going to say it, they just see through the bullshit. They don't believe it, guys. They don't believe it. Each to their own. I'm off for the day. Have a great day, guys. And I will do another reading for you soon. Lots of love.